is designed that we live in, and it backs on you not being able to manage your emotions. Okay. You don't follow the rules or the laws, you do what? You go to jail if you can't self-regulate. You get hungry, you can't self-regulate. That you hungry, you need to work harder, you'll steal. Then you gonna go to jail. You can't self-regulate because now you in jail. You feel what I'm saying? You in love with a person, you can't self-regulate the emotions, then you harm them. Now you going to jail. So the system is designed on you not being able to self-regulate and recognize and manage your emotions. You get mad, somebody do some shit to you, you get mad, you call a rude person because you couldn't self-regulate. This motherfucker crossed me, I want to get him. Right? Can't self-regulate. So everybody is dependent on you to different levels of having this emotional awareness. This shit is the key to understanding yourself and other people, because every relationship that you have with other people that you think you don't like them is a relationship with yourself. That's your shadow. That's what psychic origami is. You write down, you pick a person, you can't stand this motherfucker. You write down everything about them, and then that you don't like. Like, I don't like that this bitch loud. I don't like she fat. I don't like she talk too much. I don't like the bitch think she know everything. I don't like. And then when you done, write your name at the top of the list, because that's your shadow. That's called psychic origami. Okay, so this is, you have a relationship. Every relationship that you don't like so much about this person, that shit is in you. Okay, some people don't like each other because they just alike. That's why they don't get along. They see too much of each other in themselves. Okay, so do you, when you having these, like I said, what relationships do you have with your emotions? Do you experience feelings that flow? Are you encountering one emotion after another as you are experiencing changes from moment to moment? Are your emotions accompanied by physical sensations that you experience, like in your stomach or your chest? Do you experience discrete feelings and emotions such as anger, sadness, fear, joy, of each which is evident in subtle facial expressions or your body language? Can you experience intense feelings that are strong enough that are capable for both your attention and the attention of others? Do you pay attention to your emotions? Do they factor into your decision making? Like, can somebody piss you off and now I ain't doing that. They got me fucked up. Do you get into that energy? If any of these experiences are unfamiliar, your emotions may be turned down or off. In order to be emotionally healthy and emotionally intelligent, you must reconnect to your core emotions and accept them and become comfortable with them. Okay? So this is something that you have to get into. You have to become comfortable with how you feel. Hold on one second. A lot of people don't know how to get into the comfortability of how they feel. Um, and you have to be able to know how to resolve conflicts in a positive way with confidence. Not a lot of people can do that. You have to have a level of skill set of successfully resolving difficulties. A lot of people are dealing with not getting out of their shadow. So wherever you see a light, there is a greater shadow. Like, there is a shadow. And a lot of people be like, oh, they so love and light. It is a darkness that is the equivalent, if not more, of that shit that you're seeing. A lot of people, when they say they haven't done the work, that's what they're talking about. Does that make sense? That's what they're talking about. They haven't assessed and put in control, or integration is the word that I want to use, of this darkness, because that's where a lot of your power is the shit that you deny yourself, saying that you ain't, oh, that ain't, I ain't, or I ain't like that, but other people see that shit in you and you don't see that. Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead in the queue.
If you're not able to regulate, you said that if you don't feel these things and your emotions are off, so you're supposed to be able to struggle through your emotions,
Yeah.
feel them, and then let them go. Correct?
Yeah, you're really supposed to be process them. Your brains is just a processor. It's just feeling the shit and then like you know, it's like for example, you ever really got mad at somebody? You wasn't really mad at one to harm them. They disappointed you, right? And if you could regulate your emotions and know in your authentic self, like, for example, like, damn, Perkins disappointed me, instead of just being like, oh, fuck Perkins, right? I could just be like, damn, I'm disappointed with you. That shit kind of hurt me. You feel me? Instead of just going to a straight violence or letting the ego get involved in the situation of how it really is, that I'm feeling. Especially when if you on this level as just a physical level, just imagine a spiritual level. Like let's take it a little level deeper. Like if you really, no matter what the fuck you believe in, if you believe that you a child of the creator or a child of deity's God, however you think about it, okay? Let's just think about it in a lower level, right? If that's the case, like I said with the jealousy shit earlier, why are you operating in scarcity? Why are you jealous of other people? Why are you doing, if you a child of God and all this shit and all these deities and shit, then this shit should be open to you. It should be a level of abundance and what you need to have that you should be able to tap in. That's just like divine birthright, like carrying the last name. And a lot of us, we don't stay present enough. We don't know how to manage our emotional stress. We already in the fucking red zone when we dealing with people. We're not present. We don't know how to be aware. We don't know how to have a happy level of communication. We don't know how to emotionally stay charged and shit. Talking about I gotta go home for days and charge. Man, get the fuck out of here. You just gotta get grounded when you dealing with people. And choose your engagements in a positive way, especially if you doing energy work or you being around people of energy. Because today a motherfucker sit with you and tomorrow they be against your ass because of some shit how they feel. You ever notice that people always tell me, well, they made me feel, or this is how I feel. You see what I'm saying? Do you have the ability to be able to recognize your own emotions? Even when people send it work at you, people be like, attacking your crown, sending you work and shit. People, oh, I was depressed. I had a dark. How, motherfucker, if that ain't my emotion? Somebody was like, oh, wasn't you having stuff going? Nah, man, damn. I think y'all reading too deep into these Facebook posts. Nigga, I was having the time of my life last year. You know, I was doing this, and this. Motherfuckers see what I see. You see what I allow you to see. You know what I'm saying? I love you, but goddamn. People will be wanting to know your emotions. How did you feel? When somebody doing work on you, they want to know, is the bitch feeling the work? I was just telling somebody that today, you got to be miserable as fuck in your life to be sitting, watching, and seeing if somebody is getting the signs of how you trying to make them feel. Like, it's just a lot of shit that you really could be doing and building yourself and those skills for yourself than just trying to be the God and judge and juror in another motherfucker's life. What does it really do for you to see other people hurt? Like, it's a lot of ways we could be expressing and using that fucking energy, if you don't mind me saying too. When you have the ability to use your emotions in a positive action, you dealing with, and you a melanated person on a spiritual level, your thoughts penetrate the back of the fucking universe. You feel me? Of course the bitch know how you feel that they don't like you. Is you really that fucking mad? Like, no matter what kind of ritual, candles, sacrifices and shit that you doing, you can't take because you had a disagreement with a person that you gotta attack them. Like, it's just a lot of better shit you really could be doing. But people get indulged and it becomes obsessive. This shit come from not having emotional intelligence, not operating in that good character, not operating in integrity. Like, so those are the 20 things that I read off to y'all that you can hear on the podcast later. You not operating in your fucking integrity and your humility with people. Not kissing nobody's ass, but damn, you supposed to be operating as a child of the creator or whatever spirit or divinity or secular group that you work with religiously. You supposed to be representing them, but at any fucking moment, you on demon time, you ready to pop the fuck off because you have no sense of emotional regulation. This is why emotional intelligence is important. This is why I teach emotional intelligence to people just on a level of pure personal and social interaction with your work. And then on top of that, when you get spiritual, a lot of people, like I was telling y'all, you open the spirit of offense with people. A lot of people don't know that. You can't run around with spiritual people and treat them like they're just regular shit. You can't. There has to be a level of respect when you dealing with people, because then you open up the spirit of offense. You're not operating through your emotional intelligence or your spiritual intelligence. Now you done walk around, you offending motherfuckers and shit. Now they pitching at you secretively, covertly trying to take your ass out. Or they may feel some kind of way because they watching you and shit. Why are you watching me? Like, what is the... If you're not watching a person, interacting with a person to build them, then what the fuck are you doing? That's a lot of energy, man. Like, when people say they doing all this energy work, you'll get to a point where you're not wasting all your fucking energy directing it on things that you don't want to manifest. You begin to learn that as this emotional intelligence, as this becoming president, as this becoming authentic. Authenticity is one of the highest levels a fucking energy that's coming in right now, that's blossoming your shit. And unconditional love. It's know thyself. That's the problem with majority of the community. We trying to busy waking up everybody else. Leave them niggas sleep. Shit. Do what you need to do. Focus on you. What the fuck do you know? Right? This is the thing, right? So you gotta have this degree of intelligence. You know, this empathy shit gotta be working. And a lot of people don't understand empathy comes from a person that has been traumatized. That shit, the awareness of other people's feelings come from when a person is around people whose emotions are unpredictable. And they gotta be able to feel the room like, okay, dad ain't on the warpath today. I can go in this motherfucker and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and not get cussed the fuck out. That shit is built from that. So when I hear a person say, oh, I'm an empath, I know that they are a person who has experienced high levels of trauma. They have the ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people just by being in a fucking room, hearing their name. They also have a skill in treating people accordingly to their emotional reactions and shit. And that's why some people think they bipolar, but they not. They can feel when your emotions shifted. They can feel a lot of shit. Do not confuse this with being sympathy, having sympathy, which is being able to actively and effectively listen to another person. Don't confuse that with this. This empathy is having the ability to be able to identify and understand the wants and the needs and the viewpoints of other people around you. People with good empathy have the feelings of others, even those are the feelings that may not be obvious or result in being an empathetic person. People are usually excellent at managing relationships, listening, and relating to others, okay? You want to be able to have the ability to develop and maintain good relationships. I always tell y'all positive relationships is the true kingdom of God. Communicate clearly with people, inspire and influence others, work well as a team, manage conflict. We got a lot of shit going on. We could really be using the energy in a very effective way. You know, it's hard. I'm gonna get back to these questions in here. You have to have it. You have to usually talk and have good social skills to have this high form of emotional intelligence. If this is just on a personal level, we're not even getting spiritually. Spiritually, you got to be able to operate from whatever you represent and do it right with humility. It ain't always like, I don't know. I could just say this. I'm going to pick on myself. I was raised around very powerful people, okay? And on different levels of power, okay? And then when I started dealing and knowing what certain spiritual things was and sitting around people that were spiritual, that had power, power is never discussed amongst people that have power because they already have it. So it doesn't have to be discussed. Okay, so when people operate in slinging that word around, or people operate in doing certain things that express dominance or superiority over others, and that's okay. It's nothing wrong where every now and then you do got to beat your mouth. You know, you do got to get into like your dominance. You know what I'm saying? Get on your ape shit. But it get crazy. Like, you got to know how to talk to people when you dealing with them, especially on a spiritual way. You got to know how to have nurturing relationships. I told y'all, stop tolerating people, start cutting these motherfuckers off. You got to have to be the ability to be able to demonstrate this shit in the level of sincerity. Sincerity is your only level of protection. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody said it's hard trying to explain to folks who have 20 seconds capacity with social media. We're not perfect. No one is. That's the beauty of understanding God. Us as humans, we think that we are separate from God. Negative. We are here to understand why we made that choice. There are beings that may portray as the source, but they just shun away from within. Say you're doing good. You got this. That's Sirius 133. Greetings, beloved. We're just talking about emotional intelligence. I'm recording at several places at one time. You can also catch information going upload tonight from Spotify. I might make it available so it do pop up on the YouTube information. So last but not least, and I'm gonna get off of here. How do we know how to cope and deal with emotional intelligence? You got to have the ability to reduce stress quickly. Sometimes for me, being in my silence is building my ashe, is building my energy. I don't gotta say shit. That's saying everything when I don't say nothing. And I started operating in my silence. I started doing this shit last year. Just I would get quiet on the phone instead of talking to a person, and people be like, what's up, Cheetah? I'm like, nah, I'm just listening. They don't even like for me they want me to interrupt them and talk to them and say, they don't want me to listen. They want me to just get in there and get in that energy and whatever it is that they want me to help them manage. But I started operating in my silence. I started using nonverbal communication with people, just having this look with them. And it's so effective. I started being able to have humor with all of the challenges that I faced. Like, it gotta be, I'm in astral. It's to a point where I'm asleep and I'm dreaming in astral states and I'm laughing before I go into battle and shit. I'm laughing at certain shit that I'm saying. It's like, it's funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm resolving my conflicts in a positive way. Matter of fact, I'm not even allowing conflicts to exist because I'll tell people in a minute, it's a lot of shit that I got going on that I'm really not worried about what's going on with you and the earth shit, what's stressing you. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm not in that energy. I'm allow you to maintain that frequency, and I'm going to keep it pushing. I had a class with a lady who she told me she had multiple strokes. High blood always going off on people, and she was like, it is not enough days in a fucking life for me to even a response to negative energy. She's like, I don't want that shit to manifest in my life. So when you are able to calm down and relieve stress, you are able to stay in an equilibrium, focus, in control, no matter what challenges or what face you. You're able to realize when you stress, identify your stress responses, discover the stress. Where does it come from? What is it? How is it triggering your emotions? The sight, sound, smell, taste. How is it responding to you in a sensory way? What does it feel like when you begin to become depressed? What is this emotional stress for you? What do you need in these moments? Okay. These are the different things that I want y'all to tap into. I'm gonna have some more information. I hope y'all have a good night. Hold on. How I do?